Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Deer Park Coaches Show. He's head coach Tucker Berger. I'm Jake Snyder, head coach Tucker Berger of the 5-0 Deer Park Wildcats.
Yes, sir.
39-14 homecoming victory
Yes, sir.
over Finneytown. Deer Park Wildcats 5-0 for the first time since 2018. Tuck, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah. We've talked a little bit about how we really haven't had a team in this spot in a while, and how much the success means, not just to the coaches, not just to the players, but I mean, we had a great crowd out there on Friday.
Yeah, we did.
And I think, just as you keep doing things and winning games and playing well, more and more people are going to show up. But with success comes new pressure, and I think that's been the conversation this week is, you're in kind of unfamiliar territory for the football teams around here. So being able just to navigate, being 5-0 and, the pressures of winning and the pressure of, continuing your streak and breaking new records every single week. I think that's just the biggest thing now is just how do you manage it and how do you stay locked in? Just because I think with the success and with the pressure, I don't want to say there's pressure because, we've already exceeded a lot of expectations that people had for us this year. But I think with that, it comes the challenge of just being able to stay locked in and focused and not letting some of the outside noise kind of creep in. And, that's not necessarily a challenge, but when you have younger guys who haven't been around the program long or, haven't experienced the levels of success or the wins that we've had, it's tougher at times. So, I'm happy where we're at. I think we're playing well. I think we're in a good spot. I'm just looking forward to keeping it going.
Yeah. So right now, if you look at it, 5-0, 2-0 in the CHL, you're in first place in the CHL. Right now, the official OHSAA computer rankings came out this week. You sit in second place there in Division 6, Region 24. Yeah. It really is one of the strongest starts in program history. We've talked about that, obviously, since 2018, never 5-0. 6-0, I think, puts us all the way back to 1981.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that of how many. But where I think the important part and the key here is that everything is still right in front of you.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Everything that you want to do is right there for you, for the taking. With three important games really coming up in a row here, but the one right in front of you, maybe the most important one. All right, so tonight we're gonna look at the homecoming win, take a look at some of the things. Offensively, I thought you guys were steady for the most part. A couple of turnovers that we don't like to see, obviously, but 400 yards of offense almost, 213 passing from Sellers, 3 touchdowns, 15-26. Rushing, you ran for 181 yards. I thought Tahj Ingram had a really nice game. We'll look at some of his footage, but I thought he was a nice workhorse for you in a game where you kind of needed some steadiness.
Yeah. And, going in, it's no secret that we want to run the ball, and I thought Finneytown was a lot stronger up front than we had seen on film. So even we had to lean on that left hand in the pass game, but we do so much passing in practice that, at this point, our guys are really comfortable when we have to call on it. I thought Tink did a good job of getting the ball out and getting it out on time.
Yeah.
I thought our receivers did a good job of catching the ball and making plays with it afterwards. And then, you look at the run game. Tahj is doing what Tahj does every single week. You don't see the long runs every single time. But as he builds up, it starts 3 yards, and it wears him down. It's 4, it's 5. Luckily for us, he broke a big one, a 55-yard one early in the game, and that kind of got us going on that second drive. But really, I think right now we're just doing everything really well in all phases. I thought we could have played a much better game offensively. We had a few uncharacteristic fumbles here and there. But, I know what our weaknesses are right now, and I know where we're not really performing well. So those have been some emphasis in practice, especially in the red zone. We've been down there the past few weeks, and we just really haven't capitalized as well as we'd like to. So really, I think even though we are, at the top of the league in points per game, we're right up there in overall yards per game, we're right up there in rushing yards per game, there's still a lot of places we have to improve on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like we're perfect, and I don't think anyone expects us to be perfect right now.
Sure.
But I think the amount of success we're having on offense and the mistakes that we're still working and cleaning up, I think there's still a lot of growth. But I'm really just excited about where we're at and what we're doing.
It feels like there's a lot left in the tank, doesn't it? Like there's points being left out there. There's turnovers that we don't need. And you're still at the top of the league offensively.
Yeah.
And so, as much as you do want to clean that up and fix that stuff, it's exciting still because there's so much more left there. All right, we're going to jump into some footage here, and I want to start with early in the game, nothing score. I thought we were a little sluggish to start things off.
Yep.
That's tough. Homecoming, there's a lot going on throughout all of this, but and we'll look at Tahj's 55-yard run here in a minute. But this play, I just thought I really liked this play, and I wanted to kick off with it because I thought Tink did everything really, really well on this play. Morgan reads the defense really well. What they're going to do is they're going to blitz this backer in the top half here, and Morgan sees that happen. Walk me through what's going on right here.
Yeah, so we have a few different sets that look similar. Morgan has a lot of freedom out there to pick where he spaces out. So, I mean, he could be attached to that tight end or he could be out in the slot. But we run a similar formation where number 2 is on the ball and he's ineligible. So him being off, it allows him to go down the field.
Right.
So that gives the defense a much different look. What we knew about Finneytown is when we motioned, they were going to try to jump our motion like that guy does. So he comes up expecting to take Titus coming over top.
Yep.
And as soon as he does that, we know that the safety's not going to be able to get over top of Morgan. Tink makes a great throw. Morgan runs a great route. And, that's really what got us going. We came out a little flat on the first drive, couldn't really move the ball, missed a few things that usually we hit. But, this was really the thing that I thought jump-started us and kind of jump-started everybody's energy.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to jump back to the screen here real quick because, and I don't even need to play anything, but it's just look how clean the pocket is, first of all, for Tink. Obviously, he's getting rid of that quickly, but clean pocket. His feet are set to make the throw. And Morgan, like you said, he's reading that play. He knows what's going on. As soon as that jumps, he sticks his hand up in the air and says, get it out there. So I just thought really strong play, kind of run all the way around from all of your guys there. Yeah,
and that just goes back to practice. We rep this play. I couldn't tell you how many times we work on it in practice just so we have it in the tank when we need it like that. Those are just two guys who, when we need a play and we need someone to really step up and make a play, those are two guys we can count on. They've done it so far through all 5 games, and I'm looking forward to them to keep doing it for us.
We should hope so. All right, we're gonna now look. We're jumping backwards a couple of plays here. I wanted to look at that play first, but kind of as you talked about here early in this game, Tahj's run that really jumpstarts this whole thing.
Yeah. So Tahj does a really good job, and he's done it all year of reading backers and their flow. So these guys really jump over top, and as soon as Tahj sees that, he knows he has his cutback. I think our offensive line does a really good job of driving the guys out of there. You see Corey down at the bottom. He's taking a guy across the formation on the double team and just really creating those natural gaps. Once Tahj is out in the open field, he's faster than he looks.
Yeah.
That's just one of those things that really jumpstarts us. We really stalled out in the first drive. We didn't run the ball well. We didn't throw the ball well to come out. And, it's not something that worries us if we don't come out and score right away.
Right.
But it's something where you don't really move the ball and you just kind of look a little too lax for this situation.
Yeah.
But I thought this was something that really jumped us. This allows us to play a little faster and it allows us to get down and kind of keep the defense on their heels. But I just can't speak enough about Tahj. I looked at the stats the other day. He's second in the league right now in carries.
Yeah.
He's top 5 in rushing. He's just really that workhorse that I think we really haven't had. But, he's also the combination of speed and power.
Yeah.
We don't need him to hit the home runs, but, he has the ability to do that. But he also has the ability to sit there and grind the clock and grind games.
Yeah, I could have pulled about 6 or 8 clips of this game where it's a 3 or 4 yard run on 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. that weapon is really nice to have. Like you said, we've got the home run guys. We know there's plenty of guys who can hit home runs at some point in a game, and we're going to see one of them here in just a second. But having that guy who can just pick you up the important yards is pretty invaluable as well.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to jump ahead here into Brown's second touchdown catch now. We're in the second quarter here, up 12-0 in this thing. This is the one that really breaks it open. This is, for me, this is just Morgan being Morgan type of play.
Yeah.
And, everything else is done really well in this play, but this shouldn't be a 50-yard touchdown pass.
No,
This should be a 15 or 20-yard gain, and Morgan just does what he does. Talk me through this one.
So we know as soon as that corner vacates, he's going to have a chance to get this. And I don't think people realize how good of a throw that is, because, he's throwing it from opposite hash to numbers. That's a very far throw.
Yeah, that's a 28, 30-yard throw.
And he's putting it right on the money. But then after that, you just see, really it's the traits that are uncoachable. He sheds a tackle, he stays balanced, he stays in, he runs by guys. And, that's just things that are just natural to him. Yep. Those are just traits that you can't coach and that are really good to have in a player. He could easily get tackled, right there on the 30, and we'd be coming out running another play. But, he shakes two guys, stays in bounds, and really just makes the effort. And I think that's just the drive to be successful and the drive to want to get in the end zone. And I think that's just infectious to everybody on our offense. You saw in the game, Caden catches 2 or 3 hitches.
Yeah.
And, he's driving piles for 5-10 yards because he wants to keep making plays. He wants to get everything he can. And, the same thing with Tahj. When Tahj runs the ball, he carries piles for 5 extra yards, 6 extra yards. He doesn't stop. And I think that's just kind of the thing. I think that's what's carried us so far through these 5 weeks is that guys, they're not scared to make plays. They want to make plays. If they don't make plays, it's not the end of the world. It's just, hey, we'll line up, we'll do it again. We'll keep going. That's, I think, carries into just the mindset of the team. I look at our stats at the end of the game, and I don't realize we're dominating the time of possession as much as we are. My dad does the tackling stats, and he said, there's not a lot of tackles. And I'm like, what? Like, why? It felt like we were out there. He's like, well, you guys had the ball so much. And I'm like, well, I don't even realize we have the ball so much. But then I look at, I flip on my Twitter, and Deer Park Athletics is tweeting out our touchdown drives, and we have drives of like 10, 12, 13 plays. And, we're eating clock. So I think everyone's just kind of buying into a similar mindset. And, this one happened to be Morgan on a 50-yard touchdown catch. But, you could look up at any time, and it's, Caden on a 12-yard catch. It's Tahj on a 15-yard run. It's Tink on a 29-yard run. All of the guys want the ball in their hand, and they want to make plays. And I think they're going to do whatever they can to be successful and make those plays.
This is going to sound funny the way that I say it, but I think it's interesting. When you have so many guys that can hit home runs, what that does is it creates a sense of urgency when you get the ball, because as an individual player, because you don't know the next time you're going to get it. When you have this many guys who can do this many special things, Morgan might break one out for 50 yards and a touchdown, and then then Caden may not get a pass for 2.5, 3 minutes, whatever it is, and so there's almost an urgency to make a play because you don't know when another guy's going to make one for you.
And I think it's the good thing, but it's also, we're conscious of it.
Right, sure.
We've had the conversation. I don't care if you get the ball. I don't go in the game thinking, you're going to get the ball this much. I don't predetermine that.
Right.
But we just go with what works. And, what we're doing right now is working. And, it's going to, carry on. You look at the Schroeder game. Morgan has, 7 touches, but, Tahj has 20 carries. Yeah. And we're still successful. This game, Tahj runs the ball 19 times. Morgan has 8 catches, and I think he ran the ball maybe 5 or 6 times.
Right.
And we're successful. Everybody has their opportunity at some point.
Yeah.
And it's just making the most of your opportunity. In this game, Riley Murphy has a big catch on 4th down, and that's his first catch of the season.
Yep.
He goes across on a slant, catches it. He got rocked, but he holds on, and we actually go down at the field, and I think we score on that drive. So that's just another example of another guy who hasn't touched the ball but can still impact a game.
Yeah.
We're confident in everyone that's out in the field. If we weren't, they wouldn't be out there.
Right.
But it's just I think as we continue to go through the season and teams see us more and more, you're going to see more guys getting entered into the fold that might not have made really huge impact plays, but you're going to figure out that they can play.
Yeah.
I think that's really good for us.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, let's jump on the defensive side of the ball now. Like you said, not a ton of tackles, 44 total tackles in this game, which is crazy small.
Wild.
But again, it's honestly, it's indicative of how your offense is playing, but it's also indicative of how your defense is playing. Very steady throughout this game, 3.5 sacks, 7.5 tackles for loss. Warner has 8 tackles. Saki has 7 tackles, half sack, 2.5 tackles for loss. He continues to
and the crazy thing is, I saw somewhere that, I think we're second or leading the league in passing yards per game.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Norwood and Reading had 0 passing yards against us.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. I mean, I went back and looked today. I think Reading dropped back 8 times, and we had a bunch of sacks. Reading tried to throw the ball 3 or 4 times, and we're getting to the quarterback, which is something we haven't done before. I think it's really a credit to the preparation that the coaches put in. I know between my dad and Greg, they're probably spending 4 or 5 hours on the phone on the weekend. And then, when we get there, it's all the other coaches that Lucas, Marquise, Kyle, all those guys are just buying into what the plan is, and they're pushing the kids to be great. And I think the kids are really buying into it. In the past, it's really been a struggle to get up for defensive practice. The kids are always like, why are we doing this? But I think now they see that what we're doing is working.
Yep.
I'm in the boat that I think playing defense is a very selfless thing. When you're going out there, you're putting your body on the line to stop people from scoring, just so the offense can go out there and get the ball and go score.
Yep.
But I think our guys have really developed a mindset, and we've got some kids who really get up for playing defense, and we got some guys who, haven't contributed a lot in the past that are contributing now, that are really buying into kind of that defensive mentality. Yep. I think it's really brought us along so far.
All right, we're going to jump into some film here. We're actually not going to start with a defensive play, but a special teams play, but I thought it fit well with kind of the motif of this game. This is a 4th and 9 early in the game, getting ready to punt, Finneytown is, and Steffa just makes a play here. And really, we don't score on this play, but we might as well have. It sets up the touchdown as we go here. This is just this kid's motor. We could show something different every single game that involves this, but talk me through this.
Yeah, he just does a really, really good job of being quick off the ball. He beats the guys inside, and that's the last place you want to get beat on punt block. I got nervous on this because you don't always cover things like that, so you don't know what he's going to do when he gets back there. But he does a good job of avoiding the punter. He gets the ball, and I thought that would have taken the wind out of him or something. It hit him square in the stomach. But he just does a really good job of getting through there. He goes up and he blocks it. And then I think just the hustle of all the guys over there. Tony falls on it. Wish he would have scooped it up, but it's okay.
We'll talk about that.
But, I think it's just a heck of an effort across the board by guys. I think that's just really what you've seen from week 2 to week 5 is that just the energy and the effort have all kicked up. Yeah. You look at week 1 film against Belmont, and at times it looked like we were sluggish, we weren't tackling well. We just were kind of going through the motions. But since week 2, it really just looks like a whole new defense with everybody's flying around, everybody's trying to make plays. We're getting the ball out, we're getting the ball back, and I think that's just why we're playing so well right now. And that play's huge. It's 6-0.
Yeah.
They could be punting. Our offense didn't start hot. We finally went down and scored. But that sets you up just to put in a 2-score game. And when you go up 2 scores, you feel comfortable.
Right.
And as soon as you get yourself in those comfortable situations, you kind of settle in and you start playing your game.
Open everything up a little bit.
So I think that's just a huge play by a kid who's just been making plays every single week.
Yeah. A little inside the huddle here. You pick that up because you can't lose the ball there.
Oh, no.
It's 4th down, so they're going to lose the ball in general. So that's why you want to scoop and score that thing instead of, normally you tell your guys just fall on it. Let's get our offense onto the field. But on a punt, you always want to make that play that way. So that's why you say scoop and score on that one. All right, let's talk about a guy on a play here that we haven't made. We've talked about a little bit, but not a ton. And that's Joe Broadbeck.
Oh yeah.
we had just turned the ball over here. We talked about some of those red zone kind of issues that we ran into. We had just turned the ball over here. And so jumping into this one, there's only 39 seconds left. This is huge play when it really comes down to it, of what transpires after this.
Yeah. I mean, we're in our odd package, so that means we have 3 defensive linemen, and Joe comes into the game as kind of that extra linebacker. And, I mean, he does a great job of just mirroring the quarterback. So, you know, he drops and he's watching the quarterback. The quarterback steps up to go try to make a play and scramble, and Joe just goes and attacks. Joe gets a really good hit on him, and he knocks the ball out. And then, I mean, as you see, guys rally the ball because they want to make the play. So I know CJ scoops it up and he takes it down to, I think, about the 1 or the 2.
Yeah.
And it's things like that where one phase leads into another phase that puts you into really good situations. And when all 3 of your phases are playing well, I think you're just a team that's really tough to beat. You know, in the past we've had games where, you know, defense is playing really well, offense is struggling to move the ball.
Yep.
Or we've had games where offense is scoring, but we can't stop anybody.
Yeah.
But I think right now we're doing a good job of just balancing those out. And I mean, Joe was a guy who, you know, we called on him on offense to come in and play tight end for almost the whole game, and he's out there, you know, working his butt off to block. And I mean, you see him come in here and make plays like that, so it just adds into that culture that we're building. You know, guys are getting their shot, guys are getting their moment, and they're just making plays. And I mean, really, having that many pieces and that many guys that you can kind of mix and match and just put them in different spots, and just having that versatility, I think is huge, because then you don't really drop off a whole lot when a guy needs a break or a guy needs a sub, or, you know, someone goes down for a few plays and you got to put someone in. And I mean, Joe's a guy we trust, but we also just have a lot of linebackers that are playing really well.
Right.
But I mean, Joe being an athlete and Joe being athletic, you know, he's a bigger guy, he's longer, he can make plays like that.
Yep.
And I mean, he's not a guy that's really stuck out before, but I think he just showed right now that he can impact a game when he gets out there.
Yeah. All right. Last play we're going to look at here is from Caden Lewis. The interesting thing about this play is Caden fumbled 2 plays earlier.
Yeah.
Whether it should have been a fumble or not, we can talk about that at a different time. But you know what? The call was made. The turnover happened. You know, it was 26-0 at this point, but it was the start of the second half, and you don't want to lose momentum that early in the second half. And so, you know, they get the turnover. Defense has to step up big here, and not only did Caden step up big, but Tink Sellers as well on this one.
Yeah, and you know, I think the situation, the game being up 26, it gave us an opportunity to kind of talk to Caden. I mean, he's a guy that really wants to succeed, and when he doesn't at times, or he doesn't perceive that he's succeeding, he's a little harder on himself. And I mean, that was the message at halftime. I mean, he was mad at himself at halftime because, you know, he's not having the games like he had before. He was playing well.
Yeah, right.
But like we said, there just wasn't a lot of stats to go around. And, you know, that was the message between me and my dad. It was, dude, if you just keep doing what you're supposed to do and you keep playing the way you're playing, you're going to impact the game at some point.
Yep.
You're going to make a play. You know, and him fumbling, you know, I told him it's not the end of the world. It happens.
Right.
Everybody at times is going to do something. You know, just get back out there, do what you're supposed to do, and make a play.
Yep.
And what does he do?
Sure enough.
He does what he's supposed to do. He hustles. He has the motor to go get the ball. He scoops it up and he scores. And I mean, that's just the thing that it's one of those, it just falls into everything we've been saying today. Yeah. It's guys are just playing with max effort and want to make plays. I mean, Tink knocks 2 balls out.
Yeah.
I mean, earlier in the game, Tink knocks a ball out on a guy that catches a fade ball and he's running down the sideline. Tink knocks it out.
Yeah.
I think inside there, 15.
Yep.
And we recover it.
Yep.
I mean, that game, it could have easily been 12-7 at that point.
Yep.
I mean, Tink does it again right here, and Caden, because of the motor he plays with and because of the effort, he's right there to scoop it up and run it back. So when you just have more than one guy doing this, and you have, I mean, shoot, now it seems like we have 8, 9, 10 guys that we talk about just playing with their hair on fire.
Yeah.
And I mean, now you see our captains are impacting the game, and these are the guys that our guys are looking at to make plays and do things.
Right.
I mean, it's just building a culture. It's building an energy that guys just want to be a part of.
Yeah.
And I think when guys see that everybody's making the play and they see the excitement that everyone's playing with and the energy and the effort, it's something that, you know, you want to feel it, so you want to make the play. I mean, I know we're kind of off topic here, but I mean, Juan Hedges.
Yeah.
He has 7 or 8 tackles this week.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, he's just another guy who's buying into that and playing with, his hair on fire, and he's making plays.
Yep.
Last year he was a sophomore and he played here and there, but he didn't play a whole lot. And, he works his butt off to get here.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's putting in the effort, but people don't see what you do Monday through Thursday. They don't see what you do over the summer. They just see the product on Friday. And right now, I mean, we are putting a good product out there on Friday because of the things that we're doing off the field. And I just think that's something that guys like Caden really push it. Guys like Morgan, Cepha, Corey Waters. I mean, those guys are pushing that you have to play with an energy. You have to play with an effort, because if you do that Monday through Thursday, it's going to come out on Friday. I think that's what you're seeing right now. And, I mean, when you put that out there, plays like this happen.
Yep. Well, no, funny thing to talk about on this play and the earlier fumble that you talked about with Tink, they were both on positive plays for Finneytown.
Yeah.
They're both on plays where they gain yards. I think there are instances in the past where we could look at if a team gains 15 or 20 yards on a play, our defense's head drops.
Yeah.
And you might as well hand them a touchdown at that point. That's not happening just inside of drives anymore, but it's not happening inside of individual plays.
Yeah.
Guys are going and making plays. 4 forced fumbles in this game. Recovered all 4 of them. Anytime you get 4 turnovers, you're in a good spot to win.
And I mean, that's huge for us. I mean, if we just keep making plays and we keep having teams turn the ball over, we're going to be in successful situations.
Yep.
And I mean, the way that our defense is helping out our offense right now, I mean, that just builds confidence when you have guys playing both ways.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as soon as we get the ball back, it's, okay, shoot, we're going to go down and score, because now we got the other team reeling.
Yep.
We're confident because either I just knocked the ball out, I just recovered the ball. And I think it's just a huge reason right now of why we're 5-0.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump into our student athletes of the week. Cool. This week, big week for Deer Park athletics, kind of in general. A lot of things happening.
Oh yeah.
Last week, this week as well. So a lot of people we want to talk about this week. So we're going to start with girls soccer. Senior Josie Topping was the nominee from Coach Bullock. Coach Bullock said, "Shout out to Josie, whose leadership shines through every challenge. Her enthusiasm contagious, and she always treats everyone with respect, no matter what we throw her way. She adapts with positive attitude that inspires us all. Thank you for being such a fantastic team player, Josie."
They just had a big win.
Huge win.
And Eden broke the record, 6 goals.
Yeah, 6 goals in a game. Pretty crazy.
That's a lot.
That was this week. We might be talking about her next week as well. So,
okay.
But yeah, the girls soccer team just wildly improved.
Oh yeah.
Between this year and past years, really fun to watch them play and see how they're doing. We're going to talk about Caden again. Boys soccer, Caden Lewis, Coach Amend nominated him again this week. He scored 3 goals and had an assist this past week. We've talked about it enough, but I mean, the fact that this kid's playing varsity athletics, 2 sports, constantly back and forth between the 2 of them.
Oh, it's insane.
Continues to be impressive.
And the fact that, I mean, he's pretty much on top of the game at
on both sides.
It's crazy.
Yes, it doesn't happen.
No,
it does. It just doesn't.
No.
Volleyball, a couple of big wins this week as well. Coach Beach nominated senior Abby Pettyjohn for this award this week. Abby was out with an ankle injury 2 weeks ago, but back in action this past week, has a renewed fire and power in her play. In 2 matches this week, she had 17 kills, 5 solo blocks. This said she is now 4 kills from being Deer Park's all-time kills leader.
Not
that
anymore.
is not true anymore. Abby is the all-time kills leader for Deer Park, which is, when you're setting records like that in the stats that are the hardest ones to take on, that's awesome and incredible. So congrats to her. But Coach Beach said, "But what amazed me the most this week was her strength and power she showed in her hitting. This week she turned it up a notch and was hitting harder than I've ever seen. She will be fun to watch over the next few weeks."
Well, I was at the staff appreciation night, and I'm watching that first set. Like, they hit the ball so hard. Like, I wouldn't want to be in front of that.
No, absolutely
not. I mean, you got her, Abby, Woodley, Cammie. They're smoking the ball. I'm like, that's a business decision. Like, I'm not standing in there taking it.
No thanks. All right, let's jump to football. You've got senior Antonio White this week. Why'd you pick him this week?
Yeah. So I think a lot of guys know Antonio just really based on, basketball. But we got him to come out, and I mean, he's he's been a really, really good addition to our team. I mean, not many stats because teams don't throw at him.
Yeah.
But I think what he's impacted more is the mindset of guys. I mean, he's just a natural leader on and off the court. So, I mean, having him out there and having him just be a mentor to some of the younger guys has been huge. And, I mean, he just kind of has that resilient attitude that we've talked about where, he's not going to give up. He's going to go out there. He's going to get the job done, and he's just going to go about it. So, I mean, I don't think I can just emphasize enough how much he's really helped kind of grow the mindset of the team.
Yeah.
And, I mean, yeah, you don't see him making plays, but it's because he does so well at what he's supposed to do that he doesn't have to make plays.
Cornerback might be the most underappreciated position in all of sports because the best ones have zero stats.
Yeah, and I mean, he's got a bunch of pass deflections. I mean, teams try to throw at him early. But I think just how much he's grown and developed since he started over the summer to where he is now has been huge. So, I mean, there's going to come a time, and I know it's going to happen at some point where Tony's going to make a play. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to be like, oh, well, I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen. He's getting really, really good, and he's getting a whole lot better each and every week.
Yeah, the thing we don't talk about all, I mean, how many of these guys on your team, but so many that are in their first year of this thing or second year of this thing. They haven't been doing it for a long time. Well,
that's the crazy thing is that, I mean, you take Sefa, who's never played. You take Tahj, who hasn't played since 8th grade. You take Tony, who, if he has played, hasn't been since before 8th grade. Mm-hmm. I mean, those three right there are huge impact players that we got to come out and, I mean, are so raw that it's just incredible what they're doing and how fast they've picked it up.
Yeah. Mr. Vandermeer said something to me last Friday night that I thought just kind of piqued my interest. He said, I don't think we've got an athlete walking around this school anymore that should be on a field that they're not on.
Yeah, no.
And that's something that happened in the past. We had guys that could play, girls that could play, but weren't out there for one reason or another. And there's 100 different reasons why that happens. But I don't think there's one walking around this school building right now that's not in the sport that they should be doing right now.
I mean, we're doing a good job of finding them.
Yeah. All right. And then the last nominee this week for the cheerleading squad, Coach Nolan nominated senior Kayla Brewer. What she said about Kayla was she's an incredibly dedicated, hardworking member of our team, consistently arrives on time, comes prepared, and brings a positive energy to every practice. Always receptive to feedback, she continues to grow and improve as an athlete week after week. Kayla's commitment and effort shine through in every game she cheers. So congratulations to all of those student athletes this week. Excited to recognize them every week and look forward to some new ones next week as well. All right, let's big picture this thing. Friday night, you take on a frisky Madeira squad. Maybe that's the right word to call them. They're on their third or fourth string quarterback at this point. They've dealt with a ton of injuries. And then they've shown up and won games in different ways and ways they needed to win them. You're going to their place. It's homecoming. So they're going to be ready to go. You know that. You know the stands are going to be packed. What are you looking forward to on Friday night here?
I mean, it's going to be another week where it's not going to be easy.
No.
Madeira is a really well-coached team. And like always, I mean, they got guys that can play. I mean, they're not going to be guys that just pop off to you, but they're guys that, are going to be in the right spots. They're going to play with effort. They're going to play hard, and they're not going to quit. I think that's what we're talking about. You're still at going into the year, you're their homecoming. I mean, I don't know who else they play at home, but they picked you to be their homecoming. It is what it is. So I mean, I think finding a little bit of fuel for that.
Yeah.
But what we just have to continue to do is it's just really worrying about ourselves and kind of worrying what's ahead of us. I mean, we know how big of a week it is.
Yep.
We know that 1981's been on the mind. I mean, and I don't think it's something I need to hide from the kids.
Right, no.
It's something that we need to embrace. I mean, you win this game, you are probably one of the 3-4 best teams in Deer Park history.
Yep.
And, I mean, I don't have a problem saying that. Statistically, yes, it's correct. But, I mean, it's just another week
Right.
And it's just another wall to knock down to keep you pushing towards your goals. I mean, do you want to make the playoffs? Do you want a home playoff game? Do you want to buy? Do you want a chance to be playing for a CHL title, in a few weeks? I mean, you got to take care of this one.
Yep.
And it's keeping their mind focused on that. It's not worrying about, any of the outside noise. It's not worrying about their homecoming. It's not worrying about refs. It's not worrying about what they're doing and how they're picking at you. It's just worrying about doing your job and doing it correctly. And I think that's one of the big things. And, I just think it's something that we can't overstate. I mean, we haven't been in this situation before.
Yeah.
And like I said before, at times it's uncomfortable and it's hard to win. But if you want to keep a level of success, I mean, being successful is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to sustain a level of success that you haven't sustained before. And I think we're starting to figure that out. And I mean, at times it is, at times we do kind of fall off and it's like, oh, the mind starts to wonder, but it's bringing them right back. And I think we've done a good job of snapping right back to the focus that we need. But I'm excited. I mean, shoot, Fridays are what I look forward to. I mean, if I could, I'd fast forward through Monday through Thursday and get to Friday every single week, but we can't do that. I mean, it's just one of those things that you really enjoy. I mean, you know it's going to be packed. The environment's going to be great.
Yep.
I mean, the teams now are starting to know what we're about. I mean, you got the news and college coaches at the game, so I mean, it just adds a little bit to the atmosphere.
Yep.
And I think it's really starting to get these guys a little bit of the credit they deserve. But like I've told them, the moment you drop the ball, the moment you lose, that stuff could all go away. The players of the weeks, the team of the weeks, the news coverage, all that can go away in a matter of a second if you guys just let up. And I think that's kind of been the biggest thing for us is, there are people out there, there's teams out there, that think you aren't 5-0. Mm-hmm. They don't think you're a 5-0 team. They want you to show your true colors. Right now, our true colors are 5-0, and hopefully after Friday it's 6-0. But I mean, we're going to go out there, we're going to play our game, and hopefully it falls our way. If not, we'll get back on the wagon and get ready for the next week.
All right. Well, like always, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Deer Park Coaches Show. You can catch us every Thursday night at 6 p.m. on YouTube, on Facebook, wherever you listen to your podcasts. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on those YouTubes. Ask us any questions you've got for us. Maybe we'll start answering some of those if we get to that point. So
a little Q&A.
But follow the show wherever you can. We're so grateful to have you and be a part of it. That's going to do it for us. For Tucker Berger, I'm Jake Snyder, and we will see you all on Friday night.